The ancient saying goes, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. This is a message for anyone who's at a very scary place right now, because it feels like your life is falling apart and so many scary things are coming to the surface, like things that were kinda chasing you due to all your activities from the past that were not done from your heart, you know? You know that you've done many things in the past that were not really aligned with you. You've been doing things just for others, for pleasing others, for seeking approvals from others, and doing things because many people told you what you should do. And suddenly, all of this started falling apart, and within you, the voice started emerging to the surface, like what you should do, what you could do, what you've been born with to do. You've started becoming more aware, hey, I have unique qualities here, I have unique talents, I have something to give, something to offer, not to please others or not to show up as somebody, but to do it because it feels right, to do it because it will fulfill me. It feels like a soulful act. And many of you are feeling like that right now because you're waking up. You're waking up from the chaos, from the illusion of society, to the truth that's been always within you. As a little kid, you've been very aware of that. That's why you've been dreaming like you want to be an artist when you will grow up. You want to be an athlete. You want to be an actor. You want to be, I don't know, whatever your dreams were. You had those dreams until older people told you, get real, stop dreaming, and you know how it goes, right? So the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. It means that life is shaking you, so it would pull you out of the status quo, right? It would pull you out from being stagnant. It would pull you out from not growing, from the state of not growing. The state where you feel the lack of enthusiasm, the state where you feel the lack of motivation, the lack of inspiration. Many of you may feel stagnant, but at the same time you feel there's a fire that needs to burn. As ancient alchemists said, whatever you do, just make sure your inner fire doesn't burn out. Or, you know, if there is no space, no room for fire, it will die. You know, if there's no oxygen, it will die. It means if you don't give space for your talents to shine, if you don't provide yourself something like time, free time, time to think, meditation to get clear, and then organizing some activities where you can actually be yourself and do yourself, your inner fire shuts off. And that's a very, very miserable state to be in, because you lose faith, you lose hope, you lose joy, you lose enthusiasm. And many people blame their past, so they feel like that. But I want to remind you, huge shift is happening for you, huge change is happening for you. And a sign of it is that your life is very shaky right now. It's a lot of chaos maybe present, because life is breaking you. It's not truly breaking you, it's breaking the story of yourself you've been living in. And everything you've been doing against your true nature, against your true self, that's what's being broken. Like an old pottery being broken. So what's within can come to the surface. Isn't that how they found Dead Sea Scrolls, right? In these old potteries, when a guy almost unexpectedly discovered these old potteries in caves when he was throwing rocks in the caves, and he found these old Dead Sea Scrolls. That's how we discover the hidden treasure, right? Something needs to break you sometimes. So you recognize, oh, that's what was within me. And I was too afraid to look into myself, to look into my inner space, my inner world, to notice that's what I wanted to do as a little kid. That's why life shakes you and breaks you. So it can reshape you. So you discover, oh, that's what I always wanted to do. So it's a sign that everything is falling into place. This is a tricky thing in life. When things are falling apart, actually things are falling into place. But your old story is falling apart, so you can start writing a whole new book. And it's a scary place to be in. That's why they say truth will set you free. Because it will remind you that the way you've been living your life is not sustainable for who you truly are. And in times of this huge transition, you need to know how to hold on to something that helps you to keep going. And that is to find moments of tranquility in your life, to find moments of peace in your life, to find moments of honesty, introspection, reflection, and knowing that it's not the end of the world and what's happening right now will pass and new things and opportunities will find you. It's just important to know at these moments that what you're going through will be over and better times will come. And your job right now is to really discover what this present phase is revealing to you. So it's a huge sign if that is you. If this is you, feeling like your life is falling apart, feeling like there's a huge chaos happening, feeling like everything you knew you're now questioning, feeling like people are coming against you, feeling like old, stuff from the past is coming back. And you need to deal with that, and you don't even know how will you deal with that. You don't even know how will you take care of everything. You need to understand that often in these times, because of your stress response, you think you should take care of everything immediately. So you get this blurry vision. That's why you need to ground yourself and relax yourself and remind yourself that all it takes is to take one step at a time. One step at a time, and notice what's out of your control, because universe is walking with you. God is walking with you. Whatever you believe, the force that moves through you, that gives life to you, is also giving life to everything around you, and is also reorganizing stuff around you so you can walk in purpose. So you can do what you've come here to do. And sometimes those things don't make sense because we are too poisoned. Our mind and our perception is too poisoned by the chaos that's present on the surface. So we don't see beneath what's actually being revealed to us. So during these times, it's very important that you find moments of quietness in a day. And that you have great support around you. Like at least one person with whom you can have this deep conversation, somebody that will listen to you. If you don't have that, have an outlet, write about it. Or even, make videos, just record voice messages to yourself. So one day in the future, you will be able to listen to that and you will be quite grateful because you will notice, oh, look where I'm coming from. So you don't forget where you've started. Because a lot of success is waiting you in the future, if you will make the most out of what's happening right now. Some people quit at these moments because it's painful. But just don't quit, my friend. Just don't quit. But at the same time, notice what to let go of. So, sometimes we hear, you shouldn't quit, and then we hold on and struggle. Well, we should actually understand what not to quit. Don't quit at doing what provides you a great sense of fulfillment just because you feel a lot of stress and fear in your life. Because actually, activities that provide you a sense of happiness and joy are also activities that will bring or allow you to be more in clarity so you can resolve what's a source of pain at this moment. Many times when people experience this, I call them phases of purification. People stop doing everything that brought joy into their lives, and then their lives become very, very miserable. While in those moments, it's more important than ever to have something you really like doing, you love doing. So you have also an escape from the darkness. It's a healthy escape because it reminds you it's not the end of the world. I'm still alive, I still have something to be grateful for, and I'm still building something that will turn into something big if I don't quit with that. Like many times when we start building a business or when we start doing something new, it's often because our old life started falling apart and it feels very chaotic and very stressful. But at the same time, we have hope because we're building something new. That's why replacement is so important. When you stop living the old life, you also need to start creating a new one. And that is the replacement. And if you have this kind of an replacement, you will have something to kinda escape from chaos here and there and remind yourself, well, right now it may be tough, but I will get through this. And I know what I'm working on. So to anyone who's going through this right now, I'm just, making a message for you because I know many of you are going through this and many of you are losing hope and many of you are losing faith and many of you are losing trust. Maybe just because you don't see what's coming for you. And sometimes when people don't see what's in front of them, they don't believe that something unknown can actually surprise them. But actually, life is quite uncertain. It's quite uncertain, and because we've been for too long attached to certainty, we don't believe that change is possible, that positive transformation is possible. But just think about it very logically, like, is it possible that your life keeps getting worse and worse and worse if you keep up with making positive changes? Is it possible? I think it's not. Like, for a certain period of time, yes. But if you're keeping up with taking care of your health, taking care of your mental health, making sure that you have an outlet where you can, express your emotions, where you can express your pain, like talking with someone, therapy, journaling, writing, or just recording your voice, or recording videos, maybe just for yourself, or maybe you can post them somewhere and it may even help someone. And obviously, finding a way to help someone, because you will notice, well, I'm going through dark times right now, but there's still a way to help someone. And when you help someone else, you also help yourself. You notice you're not alone, but also you notice it's a miracle. Sometimes to go through dark times, it's a miracle because it reminds us that many people are going through something heavy and you can still be of service even though many things are falling apart. This is the hidden order that is taking place. Like life would be testing you, hey, I'm curious, how will you handle this? Like, I've seen you growing when everything was good. I've seen you being joyful and grateful when everything was good. Now, I'm curious, how will you handle things when everything feels a bit worse? I'm just curious, how will you handle it? So I will give you a few months of tough times to see how will you handle it. What is few times compared to a whole lifetime? And soon you will recognize that there was always something within you that made you walk through pain. Because that's how you build endurance, right? That's how you build stability. Only a person who's stable can handle the miracles of life. Because otherwise they poison you same as something heavy and dark. Like someone who wins a lottery, it's a poison for them because they don't know what to do with that money. So they buy, many weird things and stupid things, and they don't invest and they don't know what to do, and eventually they feel more miserable than before, right? So even good things can be a poison if we don't know how to use them. There's actually a proverb that says, sun all the time creates a desert, right? And if we want to have a nature in balance, we need to have the balance between good times and bad times, right? And if you've been through good times and right now you're in bad times, know that you are just in a preparation for better times. So it's all a sign that things are falling into place. And the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. So what you're truly looking for in your life, what you truly want to manifest, is on the other side of where you are right now. And if you really have, tools that can help you to find clarity, meditation, like in the description you have 2 different meditations you can use daily. I'm giving you all the tools. And I'm here for you every single day to give you the tools to handle these times, because it will pass, everything will pass. But you need to understand your essence will stay, and your essence is pure anytime you go within. Your essence is pure. It's your mind that makes things look scary. But your essence is pure. Every time I go within, I just know, things will align and everything will work out. And every time I have these internal experiences, when I come out of meditation, I feel productive. I feel like I want to make changes. I want to do this. I want to move this. I will do this, and I make plans, and I become very productive with all of that. While if we allow the chaos to take over, we become stagnant, right? So if you feel like you're stagnant right now, you're in this stagnation, not knowing what to do, it's because your mind is too poisoned. You're too obsessed by what's not going your way, so you don't see what's actually unfolding. So just notice what's unfolding, and sometimes I know it may be hard. So allow yourself to surrender a little bit these things. Go for a long walk, or have a conversation with someone. Someone who can actually listen to you, like not those who are just giving you advices, or those who are constantly just, projecting certain ideas to you, but with those who will actually listen to you and say, oh man, I feel you. Oh woman, I feel you. But you know what? You will make it through. I know you will. Also say to yourself, I will make it through. I will make it through. I know I will. Because I've done this before. And the past taught me that every time I don't stop walking towards what matters to me, towards what I see as a possibility, I will eventually make it happen. Most probably not the way you imagine right now, but it will happen much more gracefully and greatly. Because there is a thing that is quite mystical about this life, and it is that you don't know what's best for you. And you can't imagine what's best for you. So usually when you're imagining abundance and joy and all of that, you're imagining based by what you've seen in others and what you've experienced in the past. So use whatever helps you to raise your frequency, but also understand that sometimes life will just surprise you with more good stuff when you allow things to just unfold. And allowing things to unfold means to also allow yourself to feel what you feel. Just don't hold yourself back because of it. retreat from your life here and there and allow things to happen, allow feelings to be felt, allow emotions to be felt, allow people to go, to disappear, allow things to fall apart. But at the same time, notice what your life is calling you to do. Don't just allow things to disappear without noticing what could happen through you in that new phase of your life. It's like recycling, isn't it? Like, old plants die only so they prepare soil for the seeds that can grow, and sometimes even fires in the forest actually allow certain seeds to open up. So everything has a purpose. In nature, all elements need to be in balance so things can thrive. But from our perspective, it may feel many times that, oh, it's fire, it shouldn't happen. But actually, that's how nature is balancing itself. So notice your life as you're going through seasons, and the elements are just balancing themselves. Maybe right now you're in this fiery season where so much from the past needs to burn, so the soil that will be produced by the dust, by ashes, will be the most nutritious for the seeds you're planting right now with your intentions, with your goals, with your visions, with everything you're imagining and knowing that is possible for you. And every time you work on it and think about it, you're connected with it. You're aligning your frequency with what you want to see. So a big change is in front of you, and it's happening right now. And if it feels scary, it just means that it's happening. Every transition is scary. So find a space inside your soul that doesn't feel fear, that feels excitement and joy. It's within you. Find the frequency of joy within you. It happens when you learn to relax your brain. So you can enter this meditative state. It's a state of quietness, like a state you enter before you go to sleep, before your body falls into sleep. You also enter this state when you do something you love, when you meditate, when you dance, when you draw or paint, or you do something like that. And then in that state, remember how it feels like and say some powerful words to yourself. Use some affirmations and know that you will make it through. Know that your higher self is guiding you and that everything in your life is falling into place while things are falling apart. There are always two sides to everything. When something is falling apart, something new is falling into place. And as Rumi said, the art of knowing is knowing what to ignore. Sometimes we just need to remind ourselves, look, it's not in my power to keep holding on to what's falling apart. It's in my power to let it go, to start ignoring it and focus on what can I rebuild, what can I reshape, what can I do with everything that's happening right now. These times have been happening before, like when technology started coming out and many businesses started dying because of that, and some people adapted to the changes and they went with the time that was coming and they've created something new, and certain people got stuck in the past and started blaming everything that happened as the reason they feel miserable. So life is only encouraging you to adapt, to keep moving with the changes, and keep believing into yourself. You can do anything. And if you trust the process, you will easily let go. of what is not sustainable anymore. And those who believe, signs are everywhere, right? So we will start to see signs and synchronicities of a new life coming together. New people coming into your life, new passions being born, new projects awakening, new businesses to begin, to initiate. And soon you will know that this is a new beginning, that this is a beginning of a new book of life. So courageously allow this to happen. Find courage, my friend. And I will leave you here. I hope you've enjoyed in today's message. Thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community for exclusive content and community chat and so much more. Thank you so much. And thanks to everyone for supporting my art in our store, AttractPassion.com, and its store, I Draw My Passion. You're all truly appreciated. And to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, I'm also offering coaching, so you can find the link in the description of this video. Until next time, one love.